It's time for a special program called The 11th Hour, featuring Hughes, Deputy Director of the Washington County Board of Behavioral Health. This weekly program will shed light on important issues in our area and the positive steps we're taking to combat them.
Good morning. This is Hughes with your local radio station, WMOA, and I'm broadcasting the 11th Hour. Again, it's Hughes with the Washington County Behavioral Health Board. And this week, my guest is Jessica Dirth from the EVE program. Jessica, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Well, it's great to have you here. So I know you have two different roles that you play. Tell us a little bit about those roles.
My first role is I'm the shelter director, which basically means I am kind of in charge of running everything that involves our shelter. And I'm also a Ohio Certified Prevention Specialist Assistant. And so that basically means that I'm certified to teach prevention services in Ohio.
So let's talk a little bit about kind of your background and how long you've been with EVE.
I have been with EVE since 2008. And I started out as the children's program coordinator for a little bit, and then went into prevention, and then took on the shelter director piece as well.
And for people that might not know too much about EVE, what is the primary mission of the organization?
At EVE, we offer help, hope, and support to victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. And our main focus is our hotline and our shelter. We have emergency and transitional shelter, but we also offer many other services, counseling, legal advocacy, personal advocacy. We have a rape crisis program, and then also the prevention in the schools and in the community. And all of our services are free as we're a nonprofit.
So before we start talking about the prevention services, talk to me a little bit about sort of what most challenges you and your organization.
Really just having space and staff and all of that to serve the community. I wish that we had more funding as well to be able to do more than we do. But I feel like we do a lot with what little that we have. And so just getting our name out there, letting the community know that we are here for help and support, that's kind of the most challenging thing, is just making sure that we're known and getting our services out there.
And so what do you find to be the most rewarding?
When you really get to help somebody from beginning to end, and we oftentimes get cards and letters from past clients who are living an abuse-free life and have moved on and really thriving and doing well, and that's ultimately the reward.
So being a part of that important transformation, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the prevention services that you provide, and in particular what you're doing in the schools.
We offer a curriculum called Too Good for Drugs and Violence, and we can offer this from kindergarten through 12th grade. We have curriculums for all ages. We have been in just about every school district in Washington County. And so we go into the classrooms. There are either 7 or 10 sessions, and work with the kids talking about decision making, goal setting, the dangers of drug and alcohol, problem solving, conflict resolution, just really healthy living, making good choices, all of that kind of thing.
And so what is the response of the students and the teachers?
We get a very good response. The curriculums that we use are evidence-based, and so they've been researched and studied and proven to work effectively, and they're really fun. We have games, we have board games that go with it, and we offer the kids prizes and those kinds of things to really get them involved. And there's a lot of discussion and group work, and so the kids really seem to enjoy it and really like it, and the teachers love it as well.
So what is your favorite aspect when you're teaching those courses?
I just really like working with kids. It's always been something that I've loved to do, and just their interaction with it, and the things that they say and do. They're very comical, but yeah, they really seem to really like it and have fun with it.
So do you teach the course on your own, or do you have someone else from EVE that assists? Or
no, we have another prevention specialist as well. And so we sometimes do separate groups. One of us does one and one does the other, or sometimes if we have a large group, we'll do it together. So
So what is the age group again? What is that?
Kindergarten through 12th grade.
Oh, wow. So that's quite a range in terms of where they're at developmentally,
Yeah,
certainly.
I think the fun one is the younger curriculums. I think between 1st and 4th grade, we use a puppet. And
Okay.
so a lot of times, I'm not a ventriloquist. So the little kids will definitely call you out when they see your mouth moving with the puppet. So that's probably one of
So
the
you need to
funnier things.
practice being able
Yeah.
to speak without moving your lips,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Some of them fall for it, but you always have that one kid that will point out that, you're the one talking for the puppet. So
Well, and you're really encouraging the children to think about some difficult issues, but you're using engaging activities, right?
Yes.
So is there any part of this that goes home in terms of the parents? Are they aware of what's happening? Or?
Yeah, actually, each session has a home worksheet paper that goes home with them, and so it gives them activities and discussion with the family that they can take home and do with the family. And we do these usually once a week when we do the courses, so they get to take that home and then have that discussion with their family. So the parents are well aware of what they learned that day and are able to kind of discuss that with them and do activities as well if they choose to.
And have you gotten any feedback from the family members or the parents, or?
Not that I can remember. We don't normally. We usually just talk to the teachers, or we also do a summer program with the Boys and Girls Club. So the people that work at the Boys and Girls Club, we talk to them, but we don't really get a lot of interaction with parents. I would actually like to know what some of them think, though. That would be interesting.
So that might be something to do in the future.
Yeah.
So speaking of the future, what are your goals with this program, and what are you hoping to accomplish in maybe the next year or so?
I would really like to hopefully maybe expand. It would be great if we could get another prevention person at some point to really be able to get into, we try to get into all of the schools, but maybe be in more schools at one time. Because we really have to split our time with only 2 of us there in 6 school districts in Washington County. It's kind of difficult. So it would be nice to have another full-time person that was able to kind of go out in the community and help with that.
So, for people who are interested in learning more about Eve and all of the wonderful programs that you offer, is there a website or a phone number or an email?
Yeah, absolutely. Our website is eveshelter.com, and our phone number is 740-374-5820.
Wonderful. I just want to thank you so much for being my guest. And this is Hillis Hughes with the Washington County Behavioral Health Board, the 11th hour, Friday mornings, WMOA, your local station. Signing out.
Thanks for listening to the 11th Hour, a service of the Washington County Board of Behavioral Health. Tune in next Friday at 11:05 a.m. right here on WMOA for another edition of the 11th Hour.